Let's explore the world of threads. In this video, we will discuss the concept of user-level threads and kernel-level threads. We will also consider their implementation approaches along with the trade-offs. So, what exactly are threads? Threads are lightweight execution units within a process. They share the same address space and resources. Each thread has its own program counter, stack, and registers. Threads enable concurrent execution within applications. Threads can be implemented in different ways. One way is through user-level threads. User-level threads are managed entirely by user space libraries. The kernel is unaware of their existence. Thread operations don't require system calls. Examples include POSIX threads when using many-to-one model and green threads such as in Java. This is also known as many-to-one threading model. Another approach is kernel-level threads. Kernel-level threads are managed directly by the operating system kernel. The kernel maintains thread context information. Thread operations require system calls. Examples include Windows threads and Linux NPTL native POSIX thread library. This is also known as one-to-one threading model. Let's examine user-level threads in more detail. Some of the advantages of user-level threads are: they offer fast thread operations as no system calls are needed, efficient context switching because it is managed in user space, thread scheduling can be application-specific, can run on any operating system without special kernel support, and it has lower memory overhead per thread. However, user-level threads also have limitations. It cannot utilize multiple CPU cores. The entire process blocks if one thread makes a blocking system call. The kernel schedules processes, not individual threads. There is no kernel-level thread synchronization. This diagram illustrates the many-to-one model of user-level threads. In the user space, a thread library manages all the threads. These user threads are mapped to a single kernel thread in the kernel space. So here's the key point. Multiple user threads map to a single kernel thread. The kernel is unaware of the multiple user-level threads. Now let's shift our focus to kernel-level threads. The advantages of kernel-level threads are it can utilize multiple CPU cores for true parallelism. If one thread blocks on I/O, others can still continue execution. The kernel can schedule threads independently. It has better integration with kernel services and synchronization. Also, it is more responsive to system-wide scheduling needs. The limitations of kernel-level threads are that it has higher overhead for thread creation and management. Thread operations require system calls. Context switching is more expensive. It is limited by kernel resources, which may restrict number of threads. It has less flexibility in thread scheduling policies. This diagram shows the one-to-one model of kernel-level threads. In the user space, a thread API such as POSIX threads or Windows threads manages the user threads. Each user thread maps directly to a corresponding kernel thread in the kernel space. The kernel thread scheduler manages these kernel threads. Multiple CPU cores can be utilized. So here's the key point. Each user thread maps directly to its own kernel thread. Finally, let's explore the hybrid threading model, also known as the many-to-many model. This is a hybrid approach which combines user-level and kernel-level thread management. Multiple user threads map to a smaller number of kernel threads. It provides flexibility of user threads with parallelism of kernel threads. Examples include Solaris and Windows with Thread Fiber package. Here we have many user threads mapped to fewer kernel threads. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.